Hi everyone, my name is Dion and I'm very excited to launch this new debate channel, SG Debate Bank. I wanted to start by giving a brief channel introduction so that everyone viewing or subscribing to this channel knows why we are doing this and what will happen on this channel. So what is SG Debate Bank? This channel is meant to supplement all the existing resources available to secondary school and pre-U students right now, be it online videos, coaches that your schools have sourced for you, etc. It won't and doesn't aim to replace any of those resources. We just want to put more stuff out there, especially for students who are super passionate about debate and could use a little bit more help from the debate circuit here in Singapore. One disclaimer I therefore want to make is that, as is inevitable with most channels with lots of diverse views, and especially in a sport with such a variety of styles and ways to debate well, I expect that some things that speakers advocate for in these videos might contradict advice you have received and indeed even contradict things said in other videos on this channel. How then should you navigate these suggestions? I think the most important thing to remember about debating is that there's no one right way to debate. If you look at debaters who have reached the pinnacle of this activity, every one of them brings to the table a different style, a different way of approaching motions, a different effective structure. I think what's beautiful about debate is that it can help you strengthen and build on your own personal voice. And so if you hear something from this channel that may run contrary to stuff that you might have learned, I encourage everyone to evaluate what works for you, because ultimately the best way to learn in debate is to take ownership over the speaker that you want to be. Now, this channel will contain universally applicable advice, but we will strive to be as Singapore relevant as we can. Lots of resources on how to debate well exist in the far corners of YouTube. But what I notice is that a lot of those resources speak to certain regions or use context or jargon that may not be super accessible to the average Singaporean student. We will do our best to bridge that gap. So, who runs this channel? I do. I'm Dion. I've debated for a very long time, some would say too long, and I'll be the person coordinating between all the different contributors to this channel. This isn't a Dion channel. I'm not the only person putting up videos, far from it. My aim is to have a diverse group of competent people helping me out, from current university debaters, ex-WSDC representatives, coaches, and even international debaters from the region and the world. But we'll start small and grow from there. What should you expect then? Our first major project is that I want to provide motion breakdown videos for every major Singapore debate tournament. Our first batch of videos are ready and will be released in the coming week or so that will break down the motions from the Debate Association Debate Championships from late January. I'm currently assembling a team for Eunoia Debate Championships, the Singapore Secondary Schools Debating Championships, the NUS Political Association Debate Championships, etc., including hopefully inviting some EdgeCore members from these various tournaments to give their opinions and thoughts. What these videos will generally contain is an explanation on how to dissect the motion and understand it, some background context on the motion that might help, good arguments to consider for both sides, and generally we'll try to explain those arguments to you, and also how to out-strategize and out-frame the likely cases coming out from both sides, so adding an element of strategy to these videos as well. A word therefore on production quality. Most of the people coming on board are volunteers. It's not like they have access to YouTube influencer tools or anything. So ultimately, the production quality of this channel will be kept simple and reproducible. The goal is to get as much content out that can help the circuit, not to glitter things up. This channel is targeted at a niche audience and we won't really be looking to expand past that. So PowerPoints, voiceovers, that's what you should be expecting. How about the long term? I'm working on releasing an audio version of each video on Spotify, which will help those of you who don't want to keep your phone screen open when listening to us. I'm also working on potentially getting captions for videos, but this is something for further down the line. Eventually, I might be inviting some groups and companies to potentially sponsor free workshops or webinars. Rest assured, there are no current or future plans to monetize this channel. All content here will always remain free, and the backbone of this channel is that it is run by volunteers, many of whom are in the army or in uni or have full-time jobs. This means that uploads may not be super consistent, but we will try to get as much out as possible, especially as it relates to local tournaments. There may be sponsorship for these videos to offset the cost of production that we will incur. Finally, I want to emphasize that no one on this channel that currently appears or may appear in the future has any ownership over debating as an activity. They all bring in their diverse views and perspectives on the topics they cover, or on how they view debate as an activity or as a learning tool. So again, take what we say as advice and not as instructions. And most importantly, be nice when asking for clarification or when you disagree. I will leave moderated channel comments open for now, so that those with questions can ask and engage with the speaker directly, but this will change if too many unnecessarily mean things happen as a result. So thanks for listening, and I'll be very glad to take your suggestions on what you want to see from this channel. You can email the address here, sgdebatebank@gmail.com, and if you are an experienced debater or educator that has competitive debate experience or has coached debate competitively, I would love to also hear from you and see if we can work out any opportunities for you to come on board this project. So feel free to email me as well. That's all for now, and we will release the tranche of DADC motion breakdown videos very soon. Till then, feel free to subscribe to this channel if you so wish, and take care.